ahead and amazing. So welcome back, family. Let me know in the comments if you are brand new, if today is your first session. Drop a 111 in the chat box. If you are returning, whether you've been on a previous session once, whether it was last week or this week, drop a 222 in the chat box. I definitely want to welcome you all back. So super excited, family. I hope you guys have been getting some value, from these sessions that we've been having. I know there's so many other sessions where they've been taking live trades, and as exciting as it is to be able to hop on a live session and start clicking buy and sell, right? We want you all to have that peace of mind when you're actually trading and not really have that be a very nerve-wracking or anxious experience for you, right? We want to help eliminate that for you, and that's the whole purpose of having these free sessions, right? Is not only to educate you, right, and equip you with the proper skills that you need to become a very profitable trader, right, but actually have fun with us on the live sessions, right, that we have throughout the week and be able to make money live. So as we've seen, we've had some very profitable sessions, and it's super exciting to see, right? However, the goal here is for each and every single one of you to be able to do that on your very own. Who here can honestly, confidently say, right? I want to actually know, between a scale of a 1 to 10, where would you say you fall in as far as being able to open up TradingView, right? Your chart, to be able to analyze the market and be able to find a good trade idea that you can click buy or sell? Let me know in the chat box. And this is only going to be able to allow me to get more personal with you all. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I can sit here and go through the very detailed basics, right? Which I will, because I know we have some very brand new people in here. But I also want to be able to personalize and customize my sessions to where you guys are currently in your journey. Okay, and I want to be able to respect that from those who are brand new to those who are more seasoned traders. Okay, so we see, and it's exciting to see it. Don't be ashamed if you're a 1 or even at a 0 where you're just like, I don't even know where I'm going. It's just free, so I decided to see what this is about. That's you. It's okay. I started there as well in one point in time back in 2019. So I can see we have 3, 7.5, 5.5, 2, 4, 7. So I can say if we combine all of these, we're about a medium of about a 4 to 5. Okay. So that lets me know that at some point in time, you guys are seeing these charts and feel comfortable enough with hitting buy or sell. Now, there may be something that's limiting you right now from being able to feel either that 8, that 9, maybe that 7 for you, right? So we want to be able to progressively see that growth in confidence, and that will only come, right, with practice. Do not get frustrated from the basics. Okay, we can see a lot of people throughout the week will hop onto the live trading sessions and they will milk and take every free trading session that they possibly can, and yet walk away with nothing. And the reason why I say that is because when they're winning trades, at the end of the day, when that session closes and they close out with those withdrawals, what happened then? There was no real exchange where they gained something, because they're not applying this information in their own time. Based off of the information you guys have learned so far, who has actually been able to back test it and actually apply it on their own time to see if what you guys are learning here is actually making sense to you? And let's be honest, like I said, since the very beginning, we're going to be hot, open, and transparent. We're going to be honest here, right? Keeping it real and raw. This is only to tell you guys why your results are not where it wants to be. And the reason why I say this is because once I got serious about the importance of back testing and practicing, even when the market is closed, you're still able to go back into the market and see what it's done previously on certain days and certain times. And I'm going to stress the importance of this. Okay, because I can go in here and talk about candlesticks, the wicks, support and resistance, the downtrends, how to use all these fancy indicators that these other educators use, right? But at the end of the day, the market will always repeat itself. The market will always continuously make similar patterns. If you stay aware and you really start to study the markets, I'm not saying study every single currency pair. No, maybe start off with one, right? Maybe two at most, and just see how it moves every day around a certain time frame, right? I started pinpointing out that certain currency pairs weren't really moving on Sundays. So maybe Sunday wasn't a good day trading for me, right? And that's where journaling comes into play. So all these things are going to help set you up for success. We're not just saying it so you can be like, oh, she's just talking her mouth off and I'm just going to hop on because I'm not really learning. That was me being that student, uncoachable, unwilling to even just hear the information over and over again, because it took me blowing over tens of thousands of dollars in trading accounts. Yes, it was very tough lessons, okay? And I don't know if anyone's been there to that extent, right? But not until I really got serious about making serious money is when things really changed for me, okay? That's where bills were really getting paid. That's where peace of mind came in. That's where the real confidence came in with trading, okay? So within this, okay, if I can say anything, is stick to one and consistently practice at least for a minimum of an hour a day, right? An hour a day will set you guys up ahead of everyone else who is getting started. Even if you're just like, I don't really know what I'm still looking at, still sit there and look at the markets. And I promise you, the same way you were to connect the dots, or you look at a puzzle and you're just kind of like, you're figuring out as you go. It's the same way with the markets over time. And I want to be able to visually show you that. So I don't know about you guys. Let's say I took 7 trades with lesson so far, 1-5. Hey, you know what? That is, you're out there trying. That's what matters, is that you are out here, right, practicing and putting that first foot forward, right? And for those of you who still don't really feel so confident in even really taking trades, there are demo accounts you guys can start with to start practicing and just feel kind of that risk-free of not like it being associated or tied to money. Because once you start investing real money, emotions will be a huge factor in every single one of your trades. And that's where you guys will need more discipline in any other aspect. You guys can study all the hours you want in a day. And what I'm telling you is I was putting in 8 hours a day, even at times when it came to studying. I was serious about taking this full time, okay? But that never mattered until I actually was able to control my emotions and my mindset behind trading. And you'll hear all these other educators talk about it on the sessions, because it's really the #1 skill you need to master when it comes to trading, right? Because you can follow along. There's things you can learn, videos you can watch. If you really sit down and Google and, search on YouTube, the information is there. All the tools and resources that you guys need included, right, in that MOB Gladiator Academy, which I'll be sharing that link that you guys can have access to for 3 days for free, okay? There's so much there for you. There's no reason why the 20 people on this call are not successful 6-figure, 7-figure traders within the next 1 to 4 years, depending on how serious you want to take it. Okay. And I'm just saying that because I took it a lot serious earlier on than many other students, right? Not saying that they're not successful now, right? It's just all a matter of people telling me, well, how much time will it take me to actually become profitable and successful? How much time are you really willing to invest, right? And that takes, for me, literally listening. I listen to personal development. As you guys can see, I play the audios even up until I start the calls. It sets me in a mood. It puts me in a mindset. It puts me in that environment, right, of work mode, right, where I am in a mode of mentality of serving, where I am eliminating and closing my ear gates and mind gates to everything and anything else that may be going on in the exterior. And the reason why I say that is because there were days, right, where even when I did all the technical analysis that I could, I did my support and resistance, I did trends, I did my 3 markets with my stochastic, my RSI, the candlesticks, the EMA, everything lined up beautifully. But I was persuaded so much by something that could have happened earlier that morning that set my mood off, that could have just happened 5 minutes ago, 5 hours ago, that set my whole emotional intelligence off. Okay, because that's where blown accounts are. Is there anything wrong with blown accounts? No. Yes, they suck. It's not a great feeling, but guess what? See it all as a stepping stone, a milestone of getting closer every day. Okay, every blown account, every lesson that I took, no matter how little or big it was, I saw it as a way of me paying my tuition. I was like, well, how many lessons are you willing to pay for until you finally apply the information that you're listening to? Because a lot of times the little mistakes that I made, I'm like, oh, you should have not done that, Carmen. You should have waited for the break and close and then the opening, right? Not jumped in right away. So these are all tips and tricks that we stress so highly, because you will see that you will catch yourself making these mistakes, which are okay. Mistakes are okay as long as you're able to catch and correct. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start jumping into the charts. Can you make a good broker with demo trading, but there was a huge difference in pricing. Yeah, so I have noticed that on it. I did notice that depending on, give me a second, let me see if I can show you on TradingView right now. But essentially, for example, let's say we're looking at Euro JPY, right? There's a bunch of different sources that come on here. And the one that I've noticed are usually the most aligned to my pocket options is the FXCM. That's usually the one that's either close to, if not spot on with the pip ratio count. I've done it on forex.com and Oanda, and it's been off by quite a few hundred pips, which does definitely throw me off. So then I have to kind of ballpark it. No broker will have a definitive alignment with TradingView, because then again, you have to understand TradingView is a free platform, right? That's available. That's not going to be spot on. There are some brokers, they are international, some are not, I want to say, regulated in the United States. So we definitely don't like to recommend brokers we're not personally using. And I've had bad experiences with other international brokers with, when it came to, wanting to withdraw funds. So that's why we definitely recommend brokers we have used. One broker that I am currently working on using myself first and kind of seeing how it works, because the way and style of trading is very different than how we're used to on pocket options. So I definitely want to be able to get a feel for that. And currently working on potentially getting a link so that I can get you guys to be able to open a free demo account first to kind of get a feel for the broker and see if that's a platform you guys want to use. They are US regulated brokers, so I'll hopefully be having that sometime within the next week and then be able to provide that for you guys. So for right now, I've been using pocket options as my primary source. It is off a bit when it comes to pips, so I just kind of give myself between 15 to 20 pips and then just really focus closely on the amount of time that I have left, and then really coordinate that with with pocket options. But yeah, it can be a bit frustrating when it doesn't really align. I'm such a stickler for it, so it definitely is frustrating. So yeah, once I have that, I'll definitely share that with you all as well. So when we're looking at the markets, family, right, we want to be able to train the eye, and the same way it comes with learning how to ride a bike, learning how to drive, speaking a new language. This is your new language, okay? And I need you guys to understand that you're not trying to rush into it. You're not going to learn French, Russian, German, Spanish, Portuguese all over in one night, right? Even though there's an app, Duolingo, that's amazing, right? To help you all beginners out. It's not easy, and repetition is key. The beautiful thing about this market is that it constantly repeats itself over and over and over again, right? And I want to break down, right, some ways of how you guys can really profit in these markets, right? I know we've mentioned setting a goal about 3 to 5%. There's one thing that I do recommend, and it's what really shifted this from being something stressful that I put a lot of pressure on because I needed to make money, as rather than shifting my perspective as a way that I get to make money. And the reason why I say that is because when you eliminate the word need, right, you eliminate that pressure and association of emotion to that money. Okay, because if you're removing off of groceries, bills, money that is not even there, that you need to pay for something else, right? You put so much pressure on yourself. Okay, so when it comes to this, if you guys have the ability to open up a $50 real account, okay, and as Nez the Greatest used to say, have it be an FU account, right, which is basically free money. He uses the different term, but I'm gonna say free money game, okay, where it is you go until the market hits you, meaning that, hey, you hit your 5%, great, right? But I'm going to continue to trade until I take a lesson or until I see the market shifting and no longer giving me moves. And the reason why I say this is because this is where my true love for trading came, because I started to fall in love with the patterns that happened. And if anything, downtrends are amazing for that. Like I keep saying, the trend is your friend. So rather than just seeing your normal traditional way of, 3 confirmations, you have your break, you have your stochastic and your RSI, right? You're able to really maximize potentially multiple entry ideas, right, by following and riding the trend until it decides to shift in direction. And this could potentially be a good ride down, especially for binary options traders. This means multiple entries, meaning multiple profitable opportunities. Okay, and I don't know about you guys, but if y'all clear a night like I have where you're 10 for 10, 15 for 15, even at, I think my highest record was 18 and 2 at one point. Once I hit that, actually it was 18, 1 and 1. It was a break even, and I took one lesson. And after that, I was like, good night. It was a great night. And, from there, when I really started to see the back testing that came in. So as we remember, just to kind of briefly go back to what we, spoke about yesterday, was really understanding how this EMA, right, this 50 EMA can really be your friend, right? For me, it lets me know when I could potentially look for a re-entry. And this is also amazing for people who maybe not be so confident yet of really understanding when to go in. Always know that when a market is trending, you will have the market retest. You will have the market move back, right, to where it previously was before it goes into that continuation of the market, right? And I want to be able to visually show you that in an example. So let's see here if I can find one. Perfect. So essentially we can see here, right, in this point, market is essentially in an uptrend, right? Can you agree? It is currently where price has now, right, crossed above this blue line, which is our 50 EMA, and now it has stayed above. So whenever price stays above, we know that's an uptrend. Whenever price is below our 50 EMA, that is a signal for a downtrend. So how would I take advantage, Carmen, of this 50 EMA to let me know how many times I could take a trade, right? So a key thing too, right, when you're like, well, maybe I don't use my 50 EMA, is there another way for me to signal an uptrend or a downtrend using some of these other indicators that I have at my disposal, right? And like I said, TradingView gives you 3 free indicators that you all can use, okay? Sometimes it sneaks in 4, I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, I don't pay for it, but here I have 4 indicators. I ain't questioning it, okay? So another way is if you guys come down and look at your stochastic and RSI, as I mentioned, these are great indications of really mirroring what the market is currently doing. A great way that I started noticing just by myself, right, not from learning anyone else, just really studying this on my own time and back testing, I noticed that when the market, right, hugs this top blue line, right, as we can see, this purple line kind of just zigzags in and out, in and out. There's no real waves happening as frequently as we would like to, right? It kind of just hangs on to this blue line. It is an indication, right? If I move this cursor, what's happening to the market right above? It's moving up, okay? So this stochastic and RSI right here can let you know automatically that the market is currently trending up. So you know you're going to look for what? Possible entries for buys. Okay, you want to always wait for the market to retest the previous point. How did I say that can eliminate for you guys the stress of figuring out where support and resistance are? Well, we're going to switch over back to our line chart. Now I'm going to go ahead and come in here, kind of chart up some support and resistance and see kind of where the market has been, right? So I see previously here, the market's touched here. Let me go ahead and draw my lines out. Bear with me. Like I said, family, I usually draw a couple lines, right? I like to make sure that I kind of have an idea of how far the market has gone, right? In case it just starts to shoot up or shoot down, I kind of have a better understanding of, you know, okay, this is my next point of reserve, right? Before I kind of know that, hey, you know what, this is just completely shifting in the opposite direction. So from here, right, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. This is the primary area that I want to heavily focus on when it comes to trading based off of the trend, right? And how you can take multiple entry points, okay? So I can see here, right, that price has consistently came kind of touched, consolidated right here and really signified to me a strong price point. This lets you know that this is where market is really hesitant and very strong. That can let you know it can be great points if you allow market to break and retest, okay? Break and retest. If you can, guys, just memorize break and retest, you guys will be great to go when it comes to trading. So as we can see, right, price just kind of bounced off of it, kept hitting it as a roof, held on to it before it finally broke down and then did what? Oh, wait. It broke down below the 50 EMA, signaling a minor downtrend before what? Let me break down to you break and retest. So we see that this blue line, right, is our line of resistance, right? It broke below it, but then we see price came above and broke past it, right? We can see how the market broke above that, but then wait, it came back down to retest. Can you guys see that? So price went above that line, this blue line, right, which is where strong price was. I could have gone in up here, right? Many people would have initially gotten in, right, at this white line, okay? But then what would have happened? 1, 2, 3 candles in, remember that 3 candle rule, you would have lost this trade. Why? Because you got in at the impulsive move. Key tip that I mentioned yesterday was what? We do not get in at the initial impulsive move because the market will always give correction, okay? Please be patient. Patient will pay. I would rather you guys wait, even if it's 15 minutes. I've even waited up to an hour to 2 hours for a setup, but I would rather wait those 2 hours, right, and clear a trade, be up 5%, than be down 5% and in my feelings because I knew better, okay? Just take it from us. We've been there, done that. So what happens, family, if we wait for a break and a retest? Every time you have a break and a retest, you will have what? Continuation of the market. This is one of the most common ways, right, of figuring out price action patterns and how you can take advantage of one way using this downtrend. So once again, we see how price broke above. You see how it initially went above, these candlesticks crossed above this blue 50 EMA, letting you know now we've shifted direction yet again. We're now in an upward direction. I'm not going to jump in right away because what are we trading? Time-based trading. So I want to make sure that this market has enough time to move in the direction that I need it to go, okay? So if I would have waited for the market to come back down to the blue line, right, and then gone into the market at this particularly blue candle, what happened here? Market 1, 2, third candle. You are deep in profits. Whether you traded that in traditional Forex or in time-based trading with binary options, you would have cleared a trade. If you would have traded it in Forex style, right, you could have cleared a potential trade idea, right, of about, let's see here, about 586 pips or so, okay? And you can do the math, multiplying that by 10 cents of an investment, you know, a penny, a dollar. It is money that is sitting here for you guys to take advantage of. And this is just one of the many ways. Well, what did you say, Carmen? We can use this to our advantage of multiple entries. Great question, right? So now we see how the market did this continuation, right? Continuously kept moving on up. And if you were trading the traditional Forex, right, where you're going by pips, you could have easily continued to held on to that trade and it would have been a risk-free trade, okay? But now, let's say you cleared that one trade or maybe missed it, right? Let's say maybe you didn't get in on time for it for whatever reason, because even then the second candle, even at the bottom of this wick, you would have had yet another test, right? Another entry to be able to come in at a phenomenal entry point, right? But now we see the market now starts to move up. And then what happens to price? It comes back down. Can you guys see that, right? Price moves up. Oh, wait, we have a red candlestick letting you know price is not going to go up forever. Price is not going to go down forever. It always has to correct itself, right? So then I see here how price has now, right, come back down to what? My blue 50 EMA. So now I see, okay, this closed here. I already have a wick that retouched my 50 EMA. I'm going to wait for the open of this candle. Usually you will have some type of retracement, right, at the beginning, meaning it'll pull back, which is amazing because pullbacks just give you a better entry position. So as we can see, right, the market would have initially opened here. If you would have waited for a pullback, meaning the wick, you could have essentially gotten in a better entry here, right? However, regardless, you would have had a second entry here, 1, 2, 3 candles, another clear trade idea, right? Oh, wait, guys, it is doing it yet again. Look at this. Boom, moves up. Oh, wait, market is going to come back down and retest our blue 50 EMA. Are you guys seeing this? Does this make sense to you, right? Because guess what? Closed here. You wait for the opening, okay, of this candle. 1, 2, 3. You are cleared yet again, family. Now, how many trade ideas is this? If this is 15-minute candles. So if you have a day where you're off in bed and Netflixing, you can be watching your account grow literally, but just waiting for the retracements, the back testing, literally retesting every single time, right? Into these little movements that happen when we are moving and following the trend, okay? So I want to make sure that you guys are following. What time frame do you check and first the trend pattern? So back to assessing time. So for me, right, if I'm going to analyze the market on a 5-minute time frame, right, if I'm going to switch this down to a 5-minute time frame, when on pocket options or whatever broker you are using, I use the 3 candle rule, meaning I'm going to allow 3 times the amount of that for my market, for the market to be able to breathe and move in the direction that I want. Okay. I'm not going to leave it closed exactly at the time, because no matter what, the market will have its movements, right? It'll have its days, and it can essentially snipe you out. It's happened to me way too many times in the past. So more time is your friend. So for 5-minute analyzing on TradingView, I would put 15 minutes on pocket options. If I'm analyzing on a 15-minute time frame, I am doing 45 minutes on pocket options. If I'm analyzing on the 1-minute time frame for my more seasoned and experienced traders, then I will do a 3-minute trade position on pocket options. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. How long can you do trades for on these brokers? So they all have different. Nadex is one of the brokers that I'm currently working on right now, for you guys to be able to help you guys fund your real accounts with a lot less than the initial balance that they initially need. So I definitely, once I have that link, I'll be able to share with you guys, and you guys are able to start your real account with a lot less than what you'll need without it. So and Nadex is one of the regulated brokers that we do have here in the US. So as far as, let's say, trend pattern, how long can these trades? So these trades can go, I mean, like I said, all brokers have different times. Some have even as little as like 1 minute, 60 seconds, to as high as up to like an hour. Some international brokers allow you to roll over on time, so you can definitely double up on time. So it all just depends on the broker. You're able to see there by just kind of going on your broker, just really just mess with it, you know, start scrolling on and looking at the page. Normally around where you'll place buy or sell, you'll see the little time frame on there, and you're able to just kind of click the arrow and adjust and see how much time you're able to add as well. Also, just pull the one on Nadex or learning for you. Awesome. Sheesh. Super excited. Oh, that makes my night for sure, family. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop a few links for you for your benefit right now, family. So please bear with me. I want to share some valuable information on how this information has changed my life, right? Like I said, all you are one step away from literally having a different situation, right, with what you're going through, if you just have access to information. That's all that's one step away from you, is the amount of information that you guys are using. And like I said, family, this is an academy where I've been able to tap in, learn from, take so many notes. Like I said, I don't talk or preach on anything I don't do. I literally have my notes in hand ready, family, to share all the sauce that I have with you and really kind of minimize it and compress it. But we only have so much time every week together, and I really want you guys to take advantage of so much information, so that next time and every time we hop on these sessions, you guys are ready and set to go, right? And be able to follow along, take trades as we're analyzing the markets, right? And really get excited about this information. And like I said, you guys can have this absolutely for free for 3 days, test it out, go ballistic like I did, right? And then once you guys fall in love with the product like I did, it's literally only one-time charge of $250. There's no commitment, no nothing. You don't like it, no problem. Continue to use our free Facebook channel right here. So we're going to go ahead and drop some links here in the family, so that way you guys can all partake and participate in our culture, our community that we have here. So to go ahead and take advantage, right, of the academy, the information that we have and what I've been able to access, go ahead and click that MOB Gladiator link to get that 3-day free trial. Now, for all of you guys, I don't know if you're already in that Telegram chat, free chat, right, where we're dropping information, recordings, and anything else. Oh, hold on, that did not send like a link. Let me go ahead and copy the other one. And this is kind of where we come in, safe space to ask questions, right, be able to learn, grow, and connect with others who are in the same space and in different parts of their journeys, right? It's super exciting to be able to see people from all across the world. And last but not least, family, right, if you currently do not have a Pocket Options account, right, and you kind of want to start having some fun, whether that's opening a $50 free, $50 real account or a free demo account, I also dropped a link right down there for you guys. And in the Telegram chat, I do have videos to walk you through on funding your account. So family, I'm super excited. It was such a great night. I look forward to be able to potentially soon maybe adding on an additional day to be able to continue just bringing more value for you guys, to be able to give back and be able to help you all excel to 6 and 7 figures, because there is no limit. The limit does not exist. We are the only limitation that we place on ourselves. So with that being said, family, I hope you all have a blessed evening. Have a great, blessed rest of your night. I will see you all in the Telegram chat where I'll be dropping this recording. Have a blessed night, family. See you all later.